And we'll call to order the special Lafayette Parish Council meeting. And we are special. Okay, introductory ordinances per council member. Carlson's request, these introductory ordinances will be addressed individually. Jeremy, please read.
Parish Ordinance 39, 2020. An ordinance of the Lafayette Parish Council setting forth and designating the ad valorem tax millage rates and imposing taxes on all property subject to ad valorem taxation in the parish of Lafayette, and authorizing the assessor and tax collector for the parish of Lafayette to assess and collect property taxes for 2020.
Okay, need a motion and a second. Motion by Councilman Tabor.
Second.
We have a second by Councilman Carlson. Council discussion. You can. You want to hit your button? Councilman Carlson.
I think I saw, Conrad, are you here? Oh, would you come up? And I know you came and kind of gave us a briefing on this Thursday when we were going through budget, but I just want to clarify a few things. I know you and I have been speaking on and off for the last couple of days. Would you mind kind of reiterating briefly what you said last Thursday so that everyone here can kind of understand where we're at? And then I just want to ask one follow-up question.
All right. The net taxable value in Lafayette Parish dropped this year. And last time that occurred was in 1988. It dropped this time around by 6.6%. When that happens, state law says, I'm sorry, for the record, Conrad Como, Lafayette Parish Assessor.
You got it.
State law allows taxing bodies to raise their millages or millages to a level that would bring in the same revenue as the prior year. It is not considered a roll forward. Roll forwards occur when property values are increasing. All that you're allowed to do this time is raise your millage, adjust your millage to the new maximum to bring in the same revenue as last year. Next year, it's anybody's guess what will happen. If things continue to decline, you'll be faced with the same situation you have now, where the maximum would have to be raised again to bring in the same revenue as this coming year. If, on the other hand, the economy turns around, it could be considered another reassessment, whereby you would lose the maximum this year if you didn't roll forward next year. There's all kind of complex rules that apply here. So this year, I think you all have an idea of what's going on. Values have decreased, and I have a little spreadsheet here. You asked some questions earlier, or some of you did, and I'm providing the answers. What would happen if you left the millages where they were? What's the decrease amount? And on the far right-hand side, you can see the impact on different priced homes.
Okay. You got it.
Can you email that to us as well? Thanks. Just to clarify, I think you answered it whenever I think I asked you yesterday, or today, I can't remember. Per state constitution, this would allow us to raise the millage rate or the tax rate on that property above the maximum rate that the voters approved, just in order to ensure that the same amount of revenue comes in next year as opposed to this year.
That is correct.
Okay. So, okay, I think I have all my questions answered. I just wanted you to clarify, I know you and I have talked a bunch. I wasn't sure. I know there are a lot of people here that, we're not here Thursday. So.
It is a little quirk in the laws, but it does allow you to bring in to state, and that's why property taxes are so stable, is that you can bring in the same revenue as the prior year.
Right.
Even though
Right.
values drop.
Okay.
Mr. Conrad.
Yes.
Laurie, if you can chime in. I understand what was just asked, and I totally understand it, because if we're showing a 6% and we don't at least go to the maximum and we don't collect, on the outside it looks as if we're trying to receive more revenue than we did the previous year. And in reality, that's not true.
Right.
The council would be just trying to make sure we can get the revenue that we currently have to somewhat stay consistent from the previous year.
Right.
And my question to Laurie is, should this council as a whole not do that, can the parish take a 6% loss and still be able to provide the same services that we were able to provide this year?
It would require some budget adjustments. Some funds are budgeted to their max, and all those funds are used.
When you say it would take some budget amendments, we've just went through a big, long thing about parks and rec centers. The parish at that point would be faced with some serious issues if we don't receive the same amount of income that we've received previously. Is that a fair statement? Being the courthouse complex, the parking garage, the need for parish parks to be self-sufficient because we don't have the money to fund them moving forward.
You would not be able to fund the courthouse, the jail, the JDH at the same level you're funding it now because you would not have the revenue.
And the money we're funding them now isn't enough for them to be substantial. They've already taken a cut. I think the DA came and said he's taking another cut. I mean, I totally understand it, Conrad, and I appreciate you giving us that information. I would like to see the council be smart with this, because I think if we're going to try to get the parish on its own feet and move forward, I don't think we can take a chance of a 6% less and take in any more less than what we've taken in. But I want the public to know that if we move forward with this, we're simply trying to collect what we previously did. While it looks like it's going up, the bottom line is the amount of money we're going to be receiving would be equal to what we just did. Is that a fair assessment, Mr. Conrad?
That's a fair statement.
So that's the question we have to ask ourselves. We're struggling already as a parish, and we're asking the voters to please just give us what we just collected the previous year. We're not asking them to give us a penny more, but the state law requires or allows us to make sure we can at least receive what we previously did. I don't think we're in a position to roll the dice and just say, let's wait and see what happens. Again, it's tough times, and the parish is definitely in a situation where we're underfunded now. And I'd be happy just to collect what we previously did and at least keep the cuts and other stuff at bay until we can come up with a long-term solution. So we really need to do the right thing here, as as our tax assessor alluded to previously in other presentations. The lack of not doing the right thing has led the parish council and led a lot of these millages fall off the table, and we're trying to operate with less money. Thank you, I appreciate it, and I just want the public and the media to know that this is just for us to consider collecting what we previously did. We know assessments are down. We do know that's a 6% less that we're going to take in if we absolutely do nothing. And I just think, for the record, the parish is not in a situation that we can take in another 6% less. So.
I have a question about your spreadsheet real quick. So in the bottom right-hand corner, it shows the impact of the millage increase. So you said on a $250,000 home, if I live in the unincorporated areas, I'd be paying $34.60 more per year.
$275,000.
I'm sorry, $275,000 home, I'd be paying $34.60 more.
That's correct.
Okay. Thank you, Conrad.
Thank you so much. And I don't have the information right on top of, right offhand. Do you have it on information you had given us previously to how much the parish lost in 2019? I'm going to find it here.
How much the
Oh,
parish
yeah.
lost?
It's about $500,000. You sent us an email about.
Okay, I have it right here. So, this is important information that, I think the media should put out there. A lot of people say, well, where's all the parish money going? What happened? Here's valuable information. Annexations after 1995, after consolidation. In 2019 alone, in 1 year, the parish has lost $454,821. That does not include property tax?
That is
Or
prop-
sales tax.
That is property tax.
That's just property
Just
tax,
property tax,
not sales tax.
not sales tax.
Okay, that's $454,000, that's in 1 year. Okay, City of Lafayette leads the most with 194,000, then followed by Youngsville, then by Broussard, leads in annexations in 1 year.
Well, these are all
400
annexations since 95, since consolidation.
since consolidation.
All those parcels that were brought into cities, that's the impact that that has had on the general fund of the parish in property taxes.
So just general
That's
fund?
just 1 year.
That's 1 year.
And that's just general fund?
That's just general
So
fund.
that's not courthouse complex?
Hold on,
no,
you
that's
gotta
not
hit your mic.
impacted.
Hit your mic.
That's not impacted.
Hold on, let
It's
me,
because everybody in the
Go ahead,
parish pays all the parish property taxes.
Right.
This is the, if you look at the sheet that I gave you here, look at the top two millages. 3.05 and 1.52 is what were paid in 2019. The difference is 1.53. So when that property moves from the parish into a city, they're paying 1.53 mils less in property taxes.
So just to make sure I heard correctly, the 425,000, it would just.
454.
I'm sorry, 454, it's just parish general fund, not how much we'd have in the courthouse complex, juvenile detention, drainage, roads and bridges. I can go down the list and read them, and that's just 1 year. And that also doesn't include the 1 cent sales tax that.
Correct.
That the property, or that the parish has missed out on when those properties were annexed.
That's correct.
that's
Okay.
correct. I can't stress enough how important it is to understand if the city of Lafayette really wants the parish to move forward and be on their own, you got to uncuff my hands. Okay? The reality of it is that's $454,000 less out of the general fund. Do you know what funds Lafayette Parish Fire Protection all these years? The parish general fund. We have $50,000 in that general fund. 50. But we just lost 454 on annexations. It can't continue down this road. We're going to have to come together and figure out something. This is not fair to the parish. This is not fair to the courthouse, the jailhouse, the general fund, the parks in the parish. I mean, this is not fun. It's kind of like, hey, we're going to keep sending you the bill to fund our parish courthouse and take care of the judges and take care of the DA. And we want better roads and want better bridges. Well, you're taking my money and you're giving me the bill. You're taking my revenue and you're giving me the bill and you're telling me that I need to fund all of these, but I don't have no money. Where's the money going? I just told you in 1 year, $454,000 was taken out from the parish general fund. But the mayor president and this council keeps getting the bill and the state mandates, and we're expected to pay it. At some point, the city of Lafayette and all municipalities have to come together and figure out a solution that's fair for everyone to allow the parish to succeed. That's what it's going to take. Leadership and someone that understands the game that we're in. Doesn't matter how we got here, we got to figure a way to get out of it, because if we don't, our children and the future of this parish council, it ain't going to be here. So I just wanted to share that information with you guys so you can better understand when those things come up, the parish really doesn't have a choice but to adjust it to the highest so we can at least collect the same amount from last year. Because if we do nothing, we go down 6%. I can't stress enough how many times I've heard in 8 years, oh, y'all blow money, y'all blowing money, parish is spending money, y'all just blowing the money. We ain't blowing the money's being taken away. I love my neighbors. Don't care if you're black, white, Mexican, Chinese, I don't care. I love all walks of life. But it's going to take all of those walks of life and all the mayors and all the other communities to say what is fair. Do we all need a courthouse in Lafayette Parish no matter where you live? Yes, you do. Do you need to make sure you have a proper DA and a proper judicial system in place in order to take care of crime? Yes, you do. Do we all need drainage? Yes, we do. We can't talk Lafayette Parish 1 all we want, but until we all put into the pot, we're not Lafayette 1. So thank you for your time, Mr. Conrad. I'd like to see this parish council move forward and do the right thing, and then let's come to the table. But it needs to be shared out there. The parish lost $454,000 in 1 year to the general fund. That's not including the penny sales tax. Okay? That has to stop.
Just like to ask Lori, the bonds at 2 mills is sufficient?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
That's the other thing. We don't do the right thing, we lose the bond capability. Our bonding rating goes down. Thank you, Mr. Conrad. That's
Okay.
all we have, sir. I appreciate it. All right. Any public comment?
No, sir.
Okay. Please call for the vote for intro.
District 1?
Yes.
District 2?
Yes.
District 3?
Yes.
District 4?
Yes.
Motion to introduce is approved. Parish Ordinance 40, 2020, an ordinance of the Lafayette Parish Council setting forth and designating the ad valorem tax millage rate and imposing taxes on all property subject to ad valorem taxation in the parish of Lafayette and authorizing the tax assessor and tax collector for the parish of Lafayette to assess and collect property taxes at the 2020 millage rate of 1.83 mils for the Lafayette Regional Airport.
Need a motion and a second to consider? Motion by Councilman Tabor. Second by Councilman Carlson. Any council discussion? Okay. Seeing none, Ms. Williams, any public comment?
No, sir.
Okay. Please call the roll.
District 2?
Yes.
District 3?
Yes.
District 4?
Yes.
District 1? Yes. Motion to introduce is approved. Parish Ordinance 41, 2020, an ordinance of the Lafayette Parish Council amending the fiscal year 1920 operating and capital budget of the Lafayette City Parish Consolidated Government by increasing the use of prior year fund balance in the Courthouse Complex Fund in the amount of $3.5 million for the cost of repairs to the Buchanan Street parking garage.
Need a motion and a second? Motion by Councilman Tabor. Second by Councilman Carlson. Any council discussion? Mr. Mayor President, can you elude and give us a little background for the public in understanding about the parking garage, where we've been, where we at, and I thought it was maybe 2 million, so it's a little more?
Yes, sir. So thank you, Mr. Chair. I know there's quite a few people in the audience today that I noticed that uses this garage or used to use this garage a lot. But the long story short is it's in desperate need of repair. At one point, it was condemned that no vehicles could be on the garage or use the garage. We then had another emergency pop up early in our term, all of our terms, and we called an emergency meeting. And looking back, I wish that would have been the only emergency meeting we could have called this year, right?
Yeah, we've been having a lot, too many.
Right. But, and that was to address the safety of the concrete panels. Those concrete panels, if you add it all together in its totality, it was about 1 million pounds of concrete. And if you think back to the emergency meeting, we had pictures of the brackets that were holding these concrete panels up. People were walking underneath, parking underneath. It was an extremely dangerous situation, very imminent danger to life and property. Thankfully, to the parish council, you allocated some funds to remove those panels just for the safety aspect of it. While we had all that concrete removed, we sent the engineers back out to reassess the situation, and it turned out once they removed all the concrete panels, they could get a better look at it for layman's terms, and they reevaluated the situation and realized that, well, we actually can we can actually refurbish the building. We can put it back into use with the adequate repairs. As recent as I believe last year, the repairs exceeded 7 million, whatnot. So the new estimated value is anywhere from 3 million to 3.5 million. We are very fortunate. I know the parish, I'm very familiar with the parish's financial situation, but this particular fund, as you know, is not the general fund balance. It's an actual fund balance that the taxpayers have already paid into. The money's sitting there. And again, very fortunate that this particular fund balance is designed to service those individuals that actually use the parking garage, which is why we're able to ask you for the appropriation. So
What's the fund balance after we take out the 3.5, do you know?
it's just over, well, we have just over 3.5 in there now. So, am I right? So you'd have about 300,000 left, but again, not the general fund balance. It's which would exceed.
It's close, though.
It's
not
close
far-
though. It's getting there.
Not
Yeah.
far off.
Yeah, exactly.
Not far off.
So, but
Okay.
thank y'all for your consideration, and again, really to our public works engineers. I don't know if any of them are out there. I can't really see, but
So for the record, this thing will get it up and running.
that's our understanding. Yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you. I don't have anything.
Thank you.
Nope, I think we're good. Okay. All right. Any public comment, Ms. Williams?
No, sir.
Okay. Please call for the vote.
District 3?
Yes.
District 4?
Yes.
District 1? Yes. District 2?
Yes.
Motion to introduce is approved.
Okay. Thank you so much. We adjourn the special parish council meeting and then stay tuned for the joint city council meeting, parish council meeting.